If you or a loved one is suffering with type 1 or type 2 diabetes, or even prediabetes, I'm about to tell you something you've never heard before. I guarantee this will be the most important video you ever see. I'm going to expose a shocking secret that will change your life forever. I'm talking about no more needles, no more confusion, no more fear, no more embarrassment. You're about to learn a little known but 100% scientifically proven way to reverse your prediabetes and type 2 diabetes. And if you have type 1 diabetes, I'm going to show you how you can radically decrease your need for insulin. And in most cases, yeah, I said do away with it completely. Throw out your needles forever. Can you even begin to imagine what that would feel like? Can you picture how great you'll feel to never have to prick your finger again, never have to worry about constantly checking your levels, never having to do all the crap that comes along with diabetes, the inconvenience, the anxiety, the ever-present threat of crashing, and if we're being honest, the fear of death that hangs on every choice that you make, from what you eat to where you go and what you do. All of it. Because really, unless someone is suffering every day like you are, they can't truly understand how diabetes completely rules your life, can they? Again, that's why I'm so excited you're here today and why this is going to be the most important video you will ever watch. There's a way to put an end to all this. There's a way to change everything. You can feel normal again. You can live a full and complete life. You can lower your blood sugar naturally. You can stop worrying about losing your vision or even your fingers, toes, or limbs. And you can do it all without the harmful drugs, the needles, the expensive treatments, the fear of awful side effects, life-threatening complications, and drastic surgeries like amputations. In fact, I guarantee you're going to be shocked at how simple it is to overcome your diabetes once and for all. And it doesn't matter whether you've been recently diagnosed or have been living with it for a long time. It doesn't even matter if you're young or old, male or female, overweight, or have poor circulation, vision problems, or even neuropathy. There's a way to overcome diabetes, and you can do it in as little as 3 short weeks. Yep, you heard me right. You could be diabetes-free 21 days from right now. And yes, that is amazing. But if you want to discover exactly what you must do, you need to watch this brief presentation right now. Since it's so loaded with the important information that you need, I want you to be able to take advantage of everything it offers ASAP. I want as many people struggling with diabetes like you to have a chance to get their hands on this. It only takes a few minutes to watch, but it will change everything you thought you knew about your diabetes. And FYI, I wouldn't be surprised if those big pharma companies would want this site taken offline if they found out about it. So do yourself a favor and keep watching now. Hi. My name is Matt, and if you have diabetes, I want you to know I get how you're feeling, where you're coming from, and what it is to live trapped by this disease. It's like there are walls separating you from the rest of the world, isn't it? If you or a loved one has to deal with any of this, I'm so sorry. I know it isn't easy, but I also want you to know that there's a way to live without the symptoms, without the anxiety, without the pain, the fear, and nonstop interruptions to a normal life that diabetes causes. There's nothing like this that exists anywhere else, on or off the web, and I'm honored to share it with you. This pioneering remedy is the outcome of countless studies conducted over the past 3 decades by leading doctors around the world and teams of internationally respected scientists and diabetes specialists, including Nobel Prize winners. As a result, thousands of people who were in your exact same situation are now living symptom-free, all because they followed the simple guidelines of this diabetes breakthrough. But as you know, thousands aren't nearly enough. In the U.S. alone, there are 25.8 million people living with diabetes today. That's a shocking 8.3% of the population. Sadly, there are 1.9 million new cases diagnosed every year, and many people don't even know they have diabetes yet, with 7 million undiagnosed people and over 79 million who are pre-diabetic. Yes, the facts and figures prove we're in the middle of an epidemic. And yes, statistics are fine, but what really matters right now is you. The numbers don't tell your story. They don't explain how every day you have to constantly worry about getting your blood sugar right, or how living with diabetes is an hour-by-hour, ever-changing struggle that has become, for better or worse, a huge part of who you are. And the numbers definitely don't say anything about what a drain it is to spend money every month on doctor visits, needles, drugs, all of it. Even with insurance, there are co-pays, time off work, and all the extra stuff that nobody ever thinks about when tracking the costs. So when the answer already exists, when the solution is already there and has been for 30 plus years, wouldn't you think Big Pharma would finally put forward a real solution? A real way to end diabetes? Think again. It all comes down to dollars and cents, and lots of them. How much do you think people in the US spent on diabetes last year alone? 50 billion? 100 billion? 200 billion? Do you even know how much you spent? Well, according to the National Diabetes Fact Sheet, the total cost for diabetes related expenditures last year was $245 billion. So spend that money on a cure, right? Spend that money educating people with the same information that I'm revealing here, right? Wrong. Even though they know it's totally preventable, Big Pharma has zero interest in advancing a cure for diabetes. If you were making $245 billion every year just to treat the symptoms of a disease, would you have any reason to promote an alternative that would dry up that flood of money pumping into your bank account every second of every day? You probably would, but you're not a corporation. The fact is, there is a way to treat your condition forever, and you can do it without insulin or glucose-lowering drugs, without harmful treatments, and without having to continue to turn your life upside down. But for the past 30 years, Big Pharma has done everything it can to keep the truth from you. Now, I won't go as far as to say they've engineered our current epidemic, but they certainly haven't done anything to solve it. Sure, your medications help you deal with your daily symptoms, but they do nothing to get to the root of your problems. And yes, for the most part, your treatments probably do allow you to maintain the status quo, keeping you from getting worse, but they're not really doing anything to help you get any better. I probably don't have to ask, but what happens if you go off your meds? You'll spiral out of control, right? You'll crash. You'll find yourself headed to the ER. Why is that? Because you're broken? Because there's something inherently wrong with you? No. As much as your doctors want you to believe it, that's just not true. The reality is, your meds and the insulin makes you 100% dependent on them. They don't do anything to help your body get well. They don't do anything to help heal the source of your problem. I'll get to your pancreas in a moment. But they do turn you into a drug junkie, and they do zilch to actually help your body become whole, healthy, and normal again. If you're wondering how we could allow this to happen, you're not alone. But when the FDA, the US government, and even your very own American Diabetes Association says, do whatever you want, just take your drugs and you'll be fine, what are you supposed to do? Sadly, in America, we're always looking for that instant fix, and we believe what we're told. So if you've been told your whole life there's no cure for diabetes, just take your meds and live with it, why would you think you had any other option? Well, that's all going to change today. You do have an option, and it's real, and it doesn't have anything to do with covering up your symptoms. It has everything to do with overcoming your type 2 diabetes and prediabetes. And if you have type 1 diabetes, it could radically reduce or even completely remove your need for insulin. It's called Overcome Your Diabetes Today. And it's an all-inclusive, all-in-one program that's helped thousands of people overcome and treat their diabetes naturally, and often in as little as 21 days or less. And it's going to change everything you think you knew about your diabetes forever. As you'll quickly discover, Overcome Your Diabetes Today is hands down the most effective way to a healthier new you, all without drugs, all with an easy-to-follow system, and all 100% clinically proven and guaranteed to work. More about my amazing guarantee in a moment. What kind of results can you expect? If you're like any of our thousands of success stories, you could be seeing these kinds of results in 3 weeks. Obliterate your prediabetes, end your type 2 diabetes, put your blood sugar on autopilot, completely wipe out your need for drugs, and if you have type 1 diabetes, you could even lower your insulin dose by up to or more than 80%. Are you wondering how this is all possible? If I were you, I would definitely be wondering how this could all be true. Well, the proof is in the pudding, as they say, or more accurately, it's all about the old adage, you are what you eat, and how the foods you put in your body affect your pancreas. Now, as you know, your pancreas is the heart of all your issues. It produces insulin, or in your case, it does not produce insulin. But why is that? Why did it stop doing its job? It's not a complicated organ. It only really has one job, to produce and release insulin, so why in the world would it start messing up? Well, first of all, I know it's an easy target, but don't blame your pancreas. It's innocent in all this. It's just trying to do what it was designed to do. But our modern diets, all the ridiculously processed foods, the carbs, the refined sugars, the fats, and the high fructose corn syrup that's loaded into everything we eat, well, they're wreaking absolute havoc on our bodies. The rates of heart disease, obesity, high cholesterol, strokes, and for you, diabetes have all drastically skyrocketed in the past few decades. And almost all because of what we're eating. In your case, these processed foods, especially those fast absorption carbs you've probably heard about, have tired out your pancreas. They're making it work harder than ever before. These same processed foods are also creating a toxic amount of acid in your stomach. And if it's in your stomach, guess where it goes next? That's right. That brutal stuff goes directly into your pancreas, and before you know it, you're in big trouble. You see, scientists have discovered that your pancreas is being asked to do a job it was never designed to do: deal with all that acid. So instead of regulating your insulin levels, it's working overtime to neutralize them before they get further into your system. And your pancreas is getting devastated in the process. The first sign of this barrage? Prediabetes. Then, if you don't do anything to change what's causing this war on your pancreas, you're headed straight for type 2 diabetes, and in most cases, you'll end up with type 1. But I don't need to tell you this. You're already there, or are quickly headed down that path. It's really an insidious thing, isn't it? But what's worse is that it's totally treatable. In Overcome Your Diabetes Today, we go into much more of the science behind this all, but for the quick technical explanation, just listen to what diabetes specialist Dr. Robert Young recently had to say on this point. Beta cells, the cells that produce and regulate your insulin, surrounded by acids, do not or cannot produce sufficient insulin. Acids destroy insulin receptor sites on the cellular membrane, so body cells cannot properly use the hormone. If alkalinity is not soon restored, disease, including diabetes, takes hold. But without acidosis, there can be no sickness or disease. There can be no diabetes. Did you catch that? Get rid of the acidity and you get rid of the disease. But what's even more shocking is that Dr. Young has proven you can get rid of those damaging acids, thereby ending the cycle of destruction, so that you can almost miraculously restore your pancreas to optimal health. And all it takes is a few very specific but super simple diet and lifestyle changes, all of which are laid out in plain English in Overcome Your Diabetes Today. When you learn how to essentially give your pancreas a break, it'll get better. It'll start producing and regulating your insulin naturally again. It just needs time and the right ingredients to be able to do the job it was made to do. So instead of just masking your symptoms with drugs that make it even harder for your body to take care of itself holistically, you can get to the very root of the issue, your pancreas, and create real, lasting change. Instead of using medication you ingest or inject to just maintain your status quo, you can literally heal yourself from the inside out and live a full, normal life again. And it all begins with learning exactly how to cleanse your body of these harmful acids. In fact, a recent study put out by UCLA's renowned School of Medicine documented how people with type 2 diabetes could totally reverse their diabetes in just 21 days with the very same changes to diet and lifestyle you're going to have the opportunity to learn with. Overcome Your Diabetes Today. Another national study by the Diabetes Prevention Program also showed how these very precise but easy to follow changes that you'll find in Overcome Your Diabetes Today completely outperform glucose-lowering drugs like metformin, working better than 2 times as well without any of the side effects or problems. Again, that's why I'm so excited to be able to bring this to your attention. With Overcome Your Diabetes Today, you get all the help and support you need in one place. Not just drugs, not just you've got diabetes, so deal with it. We show you exactly what you need to do every day to cleanse your pancreas. Give it what it needs to heal so you can put yourself on the fast track to a healthier you in, yes, as little as 3 weeks, period. Here's just a few of the incredible things you're going to learn with Overcome Your Diabetes Today. You're going to discover where the worst toxins are hiding in your food and environment and how to wipe out your cravings for them. You're going to be amazed at the everyday items that you take for granted that have hijacked your pancreas. You'll get the inside scoop on how to quickly and easily detoxify your body so your pancreas can heal and you can quit your diabetes, including the most powerful acid-busting fruits and vegetables you can find in your local grocery store. You'll learn why diabetes drugs will keep you trapped in the disease and slowly make your diabetes worse, not better, including why your doctor is lying to you. Plus, you'll get step-by-step directions on how to naturally regulate your blood sugar levels, eliminate systemic acidosis, and turbocharge your entire immune system. All with ridiculously simple and incredibly minor diet and lifestyle changes. And if that wasn't enough, you'll get a complete guide on how you can use pioneering scientific advances to jumpstart your body's natural desire to be healthy again and start producing insulin without the need for drugs or medicines of any kind. Now, it won't happen overnight, but if you follow everything we lay out in Overcome Your Diabetes Today, you'll see a change almost immediately. When you have the health blueprint you've been missing, your pancreas will heal, your blood sugar levels will self-regulate, and you'll begin to gain that precious freedom from the awful prison you've been living in. You're not going to believe how outrageously good you can feel again. If you're like many of our success stories, you won't be able to wipe the smile off your face. You'll feel alive for the first time in a long, long time, full of energy. No fear of crashing, no worries about constantly monitoring your levels, no prick, prick, prick. Those will soon be distant memories for you. So you have a choice to make. Keep doing what you're doing and hope something changes. I think they call that the definition of insanity, right? Or you can make a smart choice. Trust the real science. Go with your gut and make an informed decision to give your body what it needs to do what it wants to do. The best thing about Overcome Your Diabetes today is that it works for people who are pre-diabetic or have type 1 or 2 diabetes. Even if you struggle with high blood sugar levels, have a family history of diabetes, or overweight, have any related complications, or feel like you've tried everything under the sun, the fact is, this is a science-based program that's been proven to work in countless studies. Why hasn't your doctor told you about it? Well, you do the math. Who influences the entire medical system? Yep, the multinational pharmaceutical companies. Who stands to lose billions if a legitimate cure is discovered that doesn't have anything to do with drugs or medical procedures? Yep, you got it. Big Pharma and the whole medical institution. So they'll do their best to discredit the science, even though it was produced by Nobel Prize winners. And they might try to convince you that a program like this is, quote, unproven alternative medicine, end quote, despite the fact that there are volumes of research conducted by their very colleagues that demonstrate its effectiveness. Stop being a pawn in their lies. End your reliance on their toxic drugs. Find out how easy it can be to throw away those needles. Start living the life you deserve. With Overcome Your Diabetes today, it's never been more possible. It'll take work. As they say, nothing in life comes easy. But if you're committed and you're willing to make simple diet and lifestyle changes, all of which are clearly outlined, then you're going to get results. You're going to experience a healthier new life. And you're going to take control of your health and well-being in a way that drugs will never allow you to do. But please don't just take my word for it. Overcome Your Diabetes today can give your life back just like it has done for so many other people who have already experienced life-changing results from Overcome Your Diabetes today. Now, I want you to hear some of their stories. I want you to see firsthand how these ex-diabetics reversed their diabetes in as little as 3 weeks or less. Nicola shares, I'm so glad I found your ebook on the web. I've been a type 2 diabetic sufferer for many years. 30 days after following your program, I can report the following results. Blood glucose dropped from 310 to 98. Blood pressure lowered 10 points on the top and the bottom. Cholesterol dropped 16 points. Your How to Reverse Diabetes plan is a breakthrough and a true blessing. Thank you for all your help. My family and I are forever grateful. Listen to what Sarah Vannon has to say. My tears of joy are flowing as I'm writing this mail. After reading your book, I had tremendous changes in my life. On the 22nd of April 2011, I was diagnosed as a diabetes patient and was put on medication. Later, one of my friends passed me your ebook, which I digested all during my 8-hour flight from Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia to Brisbane, Australia. After following your program, I did another checkup in Brisbane on June the 3rd, 2011, and I was amazed by my lab results. My doctors told me that I'm no longer diabetic, that I'm free of diabetes, and that I can stop all the medications. Matt, I am deeply grateful to you for creating this fantastic ebook for everybody. Please let me know when you're in Australia, Fiji, or New Zealand. I'll be your testimonial because I want to help you let as many diabetes patients know that diabetes can be cured. God bless your noble work. Here's proof from Sarah Vannon's medical records. Once he learned from his doctor that he was, after following the program for 3 weeks, diabetes-free. Now take a look at what Marilena emailed us. After being a diabetic for many, many years, I'm extremely happy to report that thanks to your book, my blood tests are now showing that I'm completely free of diabetes. Saying thank you does not seem to be strong enough, but God bless you and your work just begins to express my feelings. Then there's Andrea, who not only dramatically cut back her medication, but also lost nearly 20 pounds. I'd like to report that after reading your book on reversing diabetes, I managed to reduce my doses of medication between 50 and 80%. My blood sugar levels used to be high, 200s and 300s. Now they're in the low hundreds and below 100. As a bonus, I've lost 18 pounds. I'm on my way to a diabetes-free life, and I'm happier than ever. I can never thank you enough for giving me a new life. And I can't forget John, who struggled with type 1 diabetes. He shared, I found out I had diabetes type 1 at age 20. I can honestly say I've never felt healthy since I was diagnosed. So I began reading this 106-page program, and I'm stunned by the reason I've never felt healthy and energetic all my life, let alone since I was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes. I think if I'd known what the underlying cause was 20 years ago, I would have never developed type 1 diabetes in the first place. I could have changed the diabetes symptoms in a few days with only small changes to my diet and lifestyle. Matt first clearly explains what's wrong with drugs and the health system in general. When I was first reading it, I didn't understand what this all had to do with diabetes, but it in fact has everything to do with diabetes. It has to do with all disease. The next section, he goes into the details of health from a cellular level. Why are you tired all the time? How can you change it? What 5 ingredients does your body absolutely need? Matt then goes into the foods you should eat and the ones you should avoid to reverse your diabetes condition. I was surprised to hear a lot of common diabetes diet food myths debunked. Then came the part where the author describes the reason for several diseases, including diabetes. Again, I was glued to the screen to learn the reason I was diabetic in the first place. Now I know why I have diabetes and could have changed it years ago. Then the book gives a 10-step formula to cure diabetes. Yes, even cure type 1 or drastically reduce your need for insulin. This book may very well have saved my life. Then there's Candy, who was able to completely eliminate her meds. She says, "Your program is absolutely a miracle. I'm on day 15 using your method. I'm completely off all medications. I've absolutely no negative side effects. All my pain is gone. My gum tissue and roof of mouth are regenerating. I now can use my right hand without stiffness or pain. I'm walking comfortably on my knee. The knee, my doctor says, needs a replacement. I also discovered bonus side effects. My hair was dry, frizzy, and gray. It's now soft, silky, and gray, not as noticeable. My dry, scaly, flaky skin is now as smooth as a baby's butt. I'm in total amazement. I have literally been on an amazing ride. I would have been delighted with relief from my disease. This experience exceeds all expectations I could have ever imagined. The amazing hair, skin, and my mouth tissues are all bonuses. I can't possibly thank you enough for taking both the time and interest to personally contact me and offer me your total support. Thank you so much." Can you even begin to imagine what it would feel like to make your diabetes disappear like this? Poof! It's almost like magic, isn't it? Well, if you trust your instincts and go with the scientific evidence, this can all happen. You can get results just like these, even better. And you can do it all starting in just a few moments from now. So look, I want you to get all the help and support you can with Overcome Your Diabetes today, but I also want you to get even more. And that's why when you download your copy of Overcome Your Diabetes today, I'm also going to include 3 additional bonuses that will help you gain optimal health and well-being in even less time. Here's what I've got for you. First, you'll get lessons from the Miracle Doctors. This power-packed 177-page book takes you by the hand and shows you, no matter your current level of health and fitness, how to quickly and easily get in better shape than you've ever been in your life, inside and out. You'll get it for free when you order Overcome Your Diabetes today, right now. Then, your second bonus is one that I'm really proud of. It's called the 10 Deadly Health Myths of the 21st Century, and it's going to expose the dirty little and big secrets that the medical industry has been hiding from the American people. This is a must-read if you want to protect yourself and your loved ones. It would be my privilege to offer it to you at no cost when you grab Overcome Your Diabetes today. And if that weren't enough, I'm also going to include one of my all-time personal favorites, the Big Book of Home Remedies. This all-in-one book shows you natural and organic remedies for just about every ache, pain, allergy, and sickness you'll ever encounter. And most of the remedies can be made from things you already have in your kitchen. I just know this is going to become one of your faves, too. And yep, you guessed it, you'll pay nothing when you reserve your copy of Overcome Your Diabetes today. So I'm sure you're wondering what it's going to cost to take advantage of everything. Today only, you can try it risk-free and only pay for it if it works. That's how confident I am on how powerful this program actually is. I want you to try out everything you learn in Overcome Your Diabetes today for 60 days. That's 8 weeks, and it's more than enough time to see the dramatic results you've heard about here today. If at any time during those 8 weeks you don't feel 100% shocked, amazed, and totally satisfied, I want you to return the program, and I'll fully refund your investment. Let me say that in another way. If you don't overcome your diabetes, I need you to ask for a refund. I know this program works, and I only want it in the hands of people who are ready and willing to commit to success. If it's not the right time for you, I insist you ask for a refund. Plus, as a thank you for believing in yourself and giving Overcome Your Diabetes today a try, I'll also let you keep all 3 bonus gifts at no cost. So let's talk dollars and cents. You would expect to pay hundreds, perhaps even thousands of dollars for a 100% proven and 100% guaranteed system, right? Well, do you have thousands of dollars lying around? I didn't think so. Not many people do. I didn't create this system to try to get rich. I developed it so that people like you could get access to the groundbreaking help you need to get well, once and for all and permanently. And even though I could charge an arm and a leg because over 55,000 people who have used the system can now call themselves ex-diabetics, and even though my colleagues have begged me to offer it for no less than $249, you're not going to pay anywhere close to that much, not even remotely close. I could do the whole, you're not going to pay half that much, blah, 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 but I'm going to get right to it. I don't want anything to stand in the way of revolutionizing your health. So, when you order right now, you'll get Overcome Your Diabetes Today, plus all 3 bonuses for one payment of only $27. That's right. For the cost of a single copay, if you're lucky, you can treat yourself to freedom from diabetes forever. Plus, since you're fully protected by our guarantee, you actually have nothing to lose. $27 is a teeny tiny price to pay when we're talking about investing in an all-natural solution that will change your life for the best. No more drugs, no more needles, no more embarrassment, no more limitations. I invite you to click on the big button below. When you click on that button, you're telling yourself and the world you're ready to get your life back. And all for only $27. And best of all, since Overcome Your Diabetes Today is 100% digital, you'll gain instant access to the complete program and the bonuses. That means you won't have to wait for anything. Yes, you're right. This does keep getting better and better. Again, it's your choice. It's always been your choice. The difference now is that you're aware that you have an option. You've learned that there's a way to go far beyond hiding the symptoms and begin treating the very source of the problem, your pancreas. And you'll discover that it's much easier and quicker than you ever could have believed. Something that you probably never thought would happen. I want this for you. You don't have to be tied down because of your diabetes. You can do whatever you want. You can break free and you can live the life you've only dreamed about since being diagnosed with diabetes. All it takes is the click of a button. I guarantee it'll be the best decision you've ever made. I look forward to seeing you on the inside and hearing your success story very soon. Very soon. Very soon.